YouTube app to see.
I mean, no need. I don't usually do that.
Okay. Yeah, I will not.
We started.
Yay! Oh my god! I'm excited.
It's gonna be really fun. Welcome everybody to the stream for the Poppy War. It's gonna be really fun. Yeah. So we have Sophie here today. She's gonna be our person who actually talks about the Poppy War because I have not finished it.
It's okay. It's a very long book. Very intense. How far have you gotten in the Poppy War?
I just got to like chapter 8 when she picked Jiang for when she picked Lore.
Yes. Oh, I feel emotions thinking about that. What do you think of it so far?
I think it's great. There were some parts that were definitely really funny. Oh my gosh.
I agree. Oh my god.
It's like there's like okay, chapter 4 when they finally meet Altan and then Kitaya was like, "Can we talk about spears?" And then he was like, "So odd." I found that so funny.
Yeah, oh my gosh. And I remember that one part where Rin was praying and she got like the joss sticks and she pretended she was smoking it or something.
Oh.
Like it was earlier in the book. I remember that. That was just I found that so funny for some reason. It gets funnier and it gets very dark and very intense, but it doesn't lose that humor. We love that about her.
I know she's so great. I really enjoy her as a character. Mm-hmm. She's like so strong.
Yeah. Wait until you get further in. Oh my gosh. The final part of the book, she changes a lot. What do you think will happen? What are your predictions from chapter 8?
I don't even know. I feel like there is going to be a war happening. Mainly because it's called the Poppy War, but then like I mean, I don't really know. I don't like to predict books much, but then I feel like Altan and Rin are definitely getting close, and it's not me saying this because I've seen Twitter. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. We'll see, I guess.
Yes. The way that I found this book at first was through Twitter. Everybody on group.
Yeah, me too.
Theories. I know the last book of the trilogy, The Burning God, came out pretty recently.
Yeah. Was it? I think it came out like a few weeks ago or something because I went to the bookstore and I was like, I really hope I can get it. But then I think it came out the day I went, so I didn't see it.
Yeah, sold out.
I know. I'm actually really excited. I definitely know that I'm going to continue this series because it's definitely very fun.
It is.
Very enjoyable.
I gotta admit, I've gotten so many spoilers for the sequels of the Poppy War for both the Dragon Republic and both on accident. Maybe I shouldn't read the currently reading threads on Twitter. But still, it's like RF Kuang too. She's a really good writer. I really love her Twitter.
I know. It's so cool. And I love the art for it. It's so good.
I remember seeing
the covers. They're so nice.
Like the Indonesia covers too. I'm a big fan of those.
Oh, I don't know that.
Yeah. Wait, hold on.
They're really all so pretty.
And I think, was it the Illumicrate box set that had those really pretty, like the edges?
Yeah, I saw it. And then they use the artist that RF Kuang tweeted. I don't know her, but I follow her on Twitter. They're so pretty. Like whenever I see any like book subscriptions, I am so jealous.
So yeah,
I want that.
Oh, hi, Maury. Yes, I read the currently reading threads. It's so fun just to keep up on book Twitter to read, like, see what people are reading.
Like I add too many books on my want to reads on Goodreads just from like looking at what people are reading
Oh my
on
God.
Twitter. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, book social media. I'm so glad I started doing it this year because it's just so fun. Like BookTube, book Instagram, book Twitter. It's crazy.
Definitely. It's like, yeah. And I tried doing the currently reading threads too, but like at the same time, because of like school and everything, it's also like not enough time.
Yeah,
It's like,
so much distraction from my reading. Like the Poppy one and a lot of other really great Asian author releases came out like this year. Like
yeah.
in terms of the Poppy War, which is like, yes. When I was growing up, I didn't see a lot of like Asian reads. Maybe I wasn't looking in the right place, or like I didn't know where to look. But I'm just so glad that like I'm so glad this series exists.
Definitely. Like, and it's like it's also very interesting because like the war aspect. I mean, it's definitely something that I like, which sounds weird, but then it's like also like really intense and really interesting, and I think that's what makes it really nice.
Yeah, I think was it the blogger Read by Tiffany? I think it was her. Yeah, that she made a really good blog post about all of the historical content behind the Poppy War. She made like a print guide too, which I really appreciate. And
Really,
how in depth RF Kuang went into this series. She really.
that's very interesting. I want to see that now because I could definitely tell there's like so much history behind it. And I really like learning about history, outside of school, obviously. But like,
Yeah, me too.
so it sounds so good. Like
Especially,
even just from like I'm only on chapter 8 and it's so good so far. You can definitely tell there's a lot of historical aspects that are just like, oh, that is so good.
it'll blow your mind. Oh my gosh. You better tell me how you think of it and you keep reading it.
Oh, it's so good.
The
I
audio.
just don't understand why I waited until like 2 hours ago to start properly reading it.
Don't worry.
I don't know why I do this to myself.
Literally school reading. Like I'll just complete it 11:58 on the dot.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Like,
This is
like you were reading it through the audiobook. How's the narration?
Oh, I didn't read it
But
through audiobook. I was reading ebook. Yeah.
oh, okay, yes, ebook is prime.
Yeah. Nowadays you can only really rely on ebooks and audiobooks. But the one thing I find is that I don't know if I'll like the audiobook if I read the ebook or if I like the ebook if I listen to the audiobook. It's like, what if
Yeah.
I don't like the ebook or what if I don't like the audiobook? And it's like, well, what do I do?
Yeah, definitely. Especially, I haven't been physically inside of a library or gotten like a library book in so long, which makes me sad. You know what? It is what it is.
Yeah, this year is the first time I've actually read ebooks and audiobooks because I'm the type of person who actually likes holding it in my hands and reading it, but then this year I like had to pick up ebooks. And I mean, I'm really glad I did because then like I could actually read more, I guess. It's like
Same. And yeah, it's like it's really easy to get ebooks. I'm not going to say anything that's implicating, but I'm just going to say it is a very simple task to get ebooks.
yeah, I know what you mean.
If y'all know. But like,
Yeah.
there are a lot of really good releases this year. These Violent Delights, one of them. I know Cemetery Boys. That's one that I'm reading right now.
Yeah.
I'm really loving that book. And then what else came out this year? There's a lot of good ones.
There's a lot.
I think A Song of Wraiths and Ruin is one that I want to read that came out 2020. What else? Did Love Book Type A come out 2020?
No, I think it came out like 2 years ago.
Okay, yeah.
Oh well, I can search it up. I don't need to search it up. It's right here. Forgot about that. Oh wait, it did come out this year.
Oh, okay.
Wait, really?
It's here, yeah. It's like check. There's something about physical books. I don't know. I do love the smell. Everybody talks about the smell of physical books. I do like the smell of pages. I like the texture. Is that
I like that it's like heavy on my hands because like I read ebooks like on my iPad or my phone, but
same?
it's like not the same feelings. Even though you can like swipe pages like the real book, it's not the same.
It's not.
Yeah.
Especially, I don't like depending on what kind of book you have. Because I was like, what are those called? The ribbed edges.
Oh
Sometimes,
yeah.
sometimes I love getting those secondhand books, and then there's annotations and writing in it. Like, ooh, look at that.
Oh, I can't annotate or highlight. I wouldn't dare do that to the books I have. Like I'll use like post-its or sticky notes, but I could never write or do anything on like to my books. It kind of hurts me a little bit.
I do appreciate like a nice, clean, like a new book that hasn't been opened. Like the top of the book isn't all wrinkled yet.
Yeah.
The pages aren't dog-eared. Okay, I have a question for you. Do you use bookmarks or do you dog-ear your books?
I bookmark. I used to dog ear when I was little. But then I stopped doing that because I don't know. I like clean looking books. Like even if it's like super old, it's like nice and satisfying when it's like clean even though it's been like 10 years since like I last read it. But it's like
Yes.
it's the feeling.
I used to dog ear too. I just recently started using bookmarks for my physical books, and it's like, oh, slide that in there.
And it's also really fun because I have these tea boxes like this, for example. I would use the patterns on it and like just cut out like bookmarks on it and like make my own. And it's really fun to do that.
Yeah, that's so nice. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Like that's what I've been doing and it's really fun and it's nice too because with dog ears it's only in the corners, but with bookmarks I can like put it where I left off. So it's like nice. It's like got it. That's where I was.
Yeah, I see you doing the crafting.
I love crafting, but I don't have time for it anymore.
Same.
Not like the past.
I started doing like a bullet journal this year. I mean, I haven't done a proper spread in like 2 months, but at least I started it.
Yeah, I used to try and like get out a notebook and do all these nice, pretty, like monthly spreads, but then I would never use it. I'd like use sticky notes or I just write the tasks out and it never looked pretty. And I was like, it's too much effort now. And it's like, I really don't have time.
Right?
It's like, so pretty.
Yeah, on those Instagram pages.
I know. And like the YouTube videos, because I used to watch those a lot, they're so satisfying.
Yes.
It's
like ASMR pen on paper kind of sound. Pen on paper type beat. Yes.
There's this one person that I used to watch. I mean, I'm still subscribed to her channel, but she would like paint like the monthly parts, like the title for like of the month, and they're so pretty.
Oh my gosh. I admire those people who can do the beautiful art, the calligraphy. Yes, I stand.
It's so nice. Like I can do calligraphy, but then I can't, not the way they do it. It's
me neither.
Like a whole nother level. They're something else.
Yes. Oh my gosh. It's like the dedication.
Yeah. And like the practice and like this, just that, like I'll like shake or I won't shake. Like I'll like do it and then it'll like squiggle a little bit. And it's like,
or it's like my ink pen, like my pen just kind of like blots the page and it's like, oh, that's not supposed to be there. We
And for
accept.
me, I'm left-handed, so whenever I'll go like left to right, and then you can just see the streaks just like moving
Gosh,
along. I'm like, oh, the effort going.
it's like I see the memes. Oh my gosh, it's like ooh, connecting a dedication. At the beginning of the Poppy War, right when Rin was studying for the Kuja, and then she was like doing all these crazy study regimens. I was like, okay, Queen, all right, I could never.
I can't even pull an all-nighter. I have to take like tiny naps in order to wake up early to like study. But how she manages to stay up like and never go sleep, she's incredible. She's,
Right?
like on a whole nother level. She's like,
Yeah, I've never done an all nighter either. I think the latest that I went to sleep is probably like 3 a.m. But like, I also do like the little. I take little naps, maybe not on purpose,
yeah.
but in
Like,
between.
yeah, for me, especially this year, I had to do a lot of essays and I had to do presentations. That's when I'd like sleep at like 10 and then wake up at like 2 and then
Oh
I'd
my god!
study. but then but then I couldn't ever sleep past 12 or like 11 p.m. Like I can't do that. Like in the past though,
Gosh,
I don't know how I've managed to do this. I could stay up until like 2 a.m. and I don't know how I did that.
I see you. I see you. That's good though. I always go to sleep like well past midnight, or at least a little bit past midnight. It's not the healthiest thing, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. And I mean, like, in recent days, though, I've been going to sleep at like 1 or 2 or even 3 a.m. just because I was on Netflix. So,
Oh my gosh. Same. I've been watching Studio Ghibli movies. I hear that the
oh,
War is getting an adaptation.
I know I saw that. I retweeted it and I was like,
It's like I see you. But oh
it's
my
gonna be
gosh,
great.
I remember the discourse. People are all debating about whether or not it's going to be a good adaptation.
I
Because I
know.
kind of agree. I think that series is going to be really difficult to adapt. It's so
Yeah.
dense. The world building. I would love to see it animated though, like Princess Mononoke style. Like,
That would be so good because I love Princess Mononoke. It was so good, and I definitely think the style, like Studio Ghibli style, could be so good on Poppy War.
it would. Oh my gosh. I remember seeing fan art. I forget who made it, but it was like it was Princess Mononoke X the Poppy War.
Oh, I think I saw that too.
It was like
Yeah,
a
I think I know what you're talking
I was like, oh, the fan
about.
like
I don't know. The talent on Twitter is insane.
yes, the Poppy War fan base is just so great. And then
I know.
like it's so I love the nuance. I love the complexity because there are problems with Poppy War definitely, and I really love that the fan base doesn't just brush over it, kind of like, and they like we actually like acknowledge, dive deep, analysis. Yes.
I know. So, and then I saw this thing. I have my Twitter open.
Oh yes, the modern AUs.
I
love
know. I really like all of these modern aspects to like characters that are from like fantasy worlds or anything, and it's like so fun. It's like I can imagine that. It's like it's so cute too. It's like
and the art style, especially for that fan artist, I was like, oh, that was so good. It's beautiful.
yeah, and like okay, here's the I think wait.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is the Illumicrate, the art style. Hold up. Okay. Wait. Okay.
I love it so much.
It's so good.
With so much soft emotion. It's so beautiful.
It's so good. I love it so much.
And the artist is right. I remember you said that, right? That like it was it's just I'm looking for it too. I'm also like, okay, I gotta see it. The fan art.
It's so good. Oh my gosh.
I think I don't know. Like for the Poppy War, it's probably. I wonder why it got super popular. I'm happy that it got super popular, but then
Yeah.
I think
Like, how did people like recognize it, and like how did it become like,
mhm.
I don't know the words apparently, but it's
I get it. Yeah, it's like it is brilliant, and then I guess it's just like social media has really helped authors a lot because you can
yeah.
put your books and your stories on social media, all the stuff that you write, and then you hit the fan base, and they're making the fan art beautiful. One thing I haven't done yet for the popular fandom is I haven't read any fan fiction yet, which shocks me.
Oh, fanfic.
Do you read fanfic?
I mean, not really, but like I am on fan fiction sites like AO3, but then I like honestly don't have time because I'm reading all of these books, and then I put pressure on myself, and then I'm like, I just didn't have time for it.
Oh my gosh. I think I alternate between reading just primarily fan fiction and then reading actual books. And I'm always guilty either side. I'm like, oh, I could be reading some good fanfic right now. Or like, oh man, I should be reading a book. I should be doing my homework.
Oh no, the homework part, like I can agree. Like I do anything but homework, and then it's gonna be like 2 a.m. on Sunday, and I'd be like, why didn't I do this earlier?
It's like I brought this upon myself.
uh,
I don't think I'd pass the Kaja, like the test. I wouldn't pass it. The studying required for that. I barely studied for the SAT. Well, I did, but like not with the intensity
the
studying.
SAT.
Like the tears.
I did my first SAT last year, December, and it was not great. But then I did it in March, and I was like, perfect, we're done. And
Same.
then people are like, I have a few of my friends that did it to see if they got better scores, and then I'm like, why would you do that?
Don't put yourself through it again.
I know. It's the pain of sitting there and then like looking without moving your head just to see if like everybody else is doing good without cheating, obviously. But then it's like,
Did you do it with essay or without essay?
without, I didn't need to do essay. Thank goodness.
Good.
No, because I'm so bad at like impromptu essays.
Yeah, I have to plot it. I always have to be like, oh, am I gonna write it out?
Yeah, like I did US history my sophomore year, and whenever we had to do in-class essays, I would do so bad on them. But then the moment we got it as homework, I'd be like flying through it. That's how bad essays are. It's like,
I really hate like the environment of school is just so stressful and there's so much pressure put on you and it's like I want to do well but it's hard.
yeah, especially when there are like people that are like also like super good, and then you're just like,
yeah. It's like I am so humbled to be in your presence. Should I even be here face to face with you? The intelligent, the gifted kids. Like
yeah, like
I really like the idea of like Synagard though, because I go to regular kind of high school, like American high school. We don't have factions. I mean, not officially. Like Synagard, would you choose? What would you choose? What like subject? Because I know there's like combat. There's lore, like what Rin chose. Strategy. I think there's medicine. I don't remember how many, but there were a few. There's history. I remember. Like I
would pick history because I would suck at strategy. Like
me too.
I just going off on real experience, I am just bad at strategy, so we can like forget that.
Yeah. It's like,
and then,
oh
my not great.
I felt that. Honestly, though, just if I went to one of those Synagard strategy classes and it's like our team is losing, we're losing the fight. Like, just don't lose the fight. Just win the battle. But then I think history is cool too. Like, definitely, lore is the most intriguing, but that's the one we look into the most in the Poppy War.
Yeah.
And as you read on, you're going to see the rest of what happens as Rin is in like experiencing the lore tutelage. You'll see more of John.
I know. Just the energy like coming off him is so fun. And then like, when he had her do the task where she would bring the pig Sunsi up the mountain, it was so cute. I loved it so much.
I was rooting for her.
I know it was amazing. I even highlighted the one part where where there's this, okay, here it is. It was at, well, I don't know. My ebook says page 136, but I mean, obviously that's not it. It's when Sunsi's like about to go off to the butcher, and then he's like, oink, and I'm like, that was so cute. Oh, I felt so bad, but it's so cute.
Like, I felt so proud of her, especially at the beginning of the book. It's like, later in the book, crazy things happen. But I always felt that connection with Rin, especially since at the beginning it's established how she's like, I just want to get out of here. I want to study hard. I want to succeed. And then she chose lore, which no one ever picks.
That's like, true. Yeah. And then, like, but I love that she picked lore because obviously we know it's going to help her. You know, even though I never made it to the end. But then it's like, it will obviously have her become like so much better than like where she is now.
I feel bad for her little brother, or her little like adopted brother. What's his name again? I don't remember his name. He's not important, is he?
Oh yeah. You know what? I forget character names immediately after I read the book. Even like my favorite books, sometimes I'll forget about them. Like I'll remember them appearance wise, but then I'll forget their names.
Same. Like I know the vibes. I know who they are. But it's like if I saw you on the street, I wouldn't recognize you. I wouldn't say your name.
Like whenever I'm doing like wrap-up videos on YouTube, I would cut out like long spaces just because I forgot their names, and I'd have to look at the like synopsis on Goodreads just to find out their names.
Same on my videos. I always have such long pauses or like areas where I'm just stammering. I just struggle to remember what happened, and I'm like a 5-minute pause in the middle of the video.
Yeah. Like I can go from like 1 hour to like 20 or 10 minutes just because of it's like the longest stretch of silence of me like either dropping a ton of books and having to pick up one by one or just like not knowing anybody's name. It's just like
the Poppy wears a ton of names.
I know. There's just too many names. I feel like I'm going to forget it soon.
There's like a couple characters like Ran, like Neja, like Kitai. I think it's Kitai, but Kitai, and then Venka. Who else? Jong. That's already 5. That's a lot. That's one hand.
I don't even remember the other girl's name. I know Venka, and then there's one with the A.
Is that Nyang? Like the other girl? Or is there another girl? See, this is a long pause trying to remember what the names are.
It's like, always the names.
Mm-hmm. So, like, Goodreads never lets me down. But at the same time, I know people criticize Goodreads.
Yeah.
It is kind of ugly. I'll be honest with her. She can be a little bit difficult at times.
Yeah.
It's like a good resource to keep track of like your reads and stuff, but still not perfect.
Yeah, for me, the one problem I have, like, I'm okay with the interface, but the notifications, because I have it on my phone, and whenever I look at it, the little red dot, because I use Apple devices, would still be there, and I'd have to go back into the app and then check it again.
Yeah,
It's
like the bell icon like a second time.
I know, it's like, oh. And I'm the type of person that has to get rid of the red dots. It bothers me so much. It's like,
oh my gosh. Before I started using like shortcuts for my mail icon, because I always have so much mail in my inbox, and it's like I should clear it out.
For me, mail is the one app I need to have clean because my parents, I mean, they're business people, but they always have a ton of emails, and then it just like go into the thousands and then like the 10,000, and then I'll like look at their phone and they'll be like, no.
How are you going to clean up all of that? Are you going to read every single email?
I know. And like, I try my best to say, please clean it up, but they never do. And then it just keeps getting higher. And I'm like,
you know what? This is fine. It's all right.
Yep. It's fine.
Me while reading the book, it's okay. All right.
I watched like a while back your Poppy War reading vlog.
Oh no, the spoilers.
I know. I saw it. But like I stopped because I was like, wait. I actually want to read this. I feel like stop. But it's like your videos have just an energy to it, you know?
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Like a good energy.
I love your reading vlogs. I want to start reading more romance novels because of your reading vlogs. I haven't read romance novels. I think the most that I'd read was just like YA contemporary romance. But then when I see your videos, I'm kind of like, this looks spicy. I want to read it.
Like for me, I never really read romance like in general, like genres. Like I'd read fantasy with like romance in them. But then like it's only like this year, because this year is just a year where I start new things, where I physically started to properly read them, and I was like, okay, cool.
Same with me with historical fiction. Like I would mostly avoid historical fiction, but then this year for some reason it's just started hitting different, and I'm like, you know what? I'm a #1 fan historical fiction.
I know. Like I actually love historical fiction, but the one genre which I'm still like on is horror or like thriller. I started reading like a few. I mean, I still won't ever really read them, but I did read Ninth House recently.
Oh, Leigh Bardugo, yeah.
Which was good. I really like Leigh Bardugo. She's great.
I admit I haven't read any of her stuff yet. I started reading, I haven't finished it yet. Like, but I kind of agree with you with horror. Like, I like horror movies and shows, but I haven't been able to get into horror books. Like,
I can't get into horror or thriller movies. I'm just not the movie. Like, I think I'd rather read them than like
yeah.
Because I feel like movies hit a little bit different than books.
They do. Because like when you're reading the book, it's like you're the director, you're the casting director. It's like, okay, this character's standing there, this character looks like that. But then when you watch the movie, it's all passive. So then I'm kind of like, oh, okay, it's Henry Golding.
Yeah. Like for horror, you're like actually putting an image to like a character's face, which makes it worse because I could imagine like a ghost in like the plainest of ways. But then in movies, the ghost would look terrifying. And then it'd be so much worse. It's like,
oh my god. That's me with romantic scenes in books where it's kind of like in my brain, it's all mundane. But then when you watch it on a TV screen or in a movie theater, it's like, oh, should I be here?
whenever I watch movies with just even this tiniest kissing scene, I'll like, especially with my family at least, I'll like just like just
Oh my gosh, same.
I'd like look everywhere but the screen.
Where I'm like, okay, this isn't happening. I'm in a different place. I really hate it in movies, TV shows, and books too, when something super embarrassing happens to the character, or like the character makes an embarrassing choice, and I just feel that like secondhand shame, and it's like, oh my god, get out of there! I can't handle it.
I know. Especially for me, that happens a lot in rom-coms where I've already seen it, and then I just, if I watch it more than once, I have to skip over it. Like, because I would already know what happens, and I'm just like just gonna go forward now. Oh, it's like I'll like
yeah, like I wince. Like this year too, I've started rereading books that I've read in the past, and I used to never reread books. Like I would just be like one and done, I'm finished. But now I'm like going back to the books that I liked before, and I'm like, oh, this is pleasant. This is nice. Like
yeah.
I want to reread the Poppy War, but it is super dense. How thick is it physically? I know that like I've seen on the pictures and like the book Instagrams that it's like it's a long book.
It seems really thick. It is like on Libby, especially for my phone, it's 700 pages. For my iPad, I'm using Libby, and I'm like the third to the left, so the third smallest size, and it's 500 pages.
Oh, that's a thick boy.
So a lot.
Oh my god, I use like on my e-readers, I always use the biggest setting. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna see if I can show it. Because I am blind.
I'm also so blind.
Like this is how thick I make it. Is it gonna show? I make it super, super, super big text. So it's like what? How long for me? 1,678 pages.
Oh my goodness!
It's big text.
Oh my
god. There we go. You can see it nominal.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. For me, I feel safe if like the words are thick, but then I see the page number. It's the numbers that get to me. It's like the size, like no matter how blind I am, it's the number of pages that I see left. And I'm like, no, it can't get larger.
It's like, oh my god.
I'm crying inside every time I see the pages. So, like, especially for like arcs, I have to go to like a different setting because in Kindle it shows the page numbers at the bottom or like percent, and I have to get out of that, or else I'm too focused like on where I'm at in the book than like the actual story. And it's like,
agreed. Yeah, like for like e-readers, I'm always kind of like, oh, 14 pages left in this chapter. Okay. But then it's like, I don't get as engrossed as I did in the story. It's like, as opposed to like reading a physical book. It's like when you read when you're little, like when you're younger, it just really does hit different because now it's just hard.
yeah.
Like I'm always worried about like, oh, how many pages do I have left? It's a struggle.
I know. And like also the problem with that is also like on like ebook especially, you can like skip forward like as fast as you want and then you'll still be fine. And then for me, I feel safer with a physical book, but obviously that's not really happening anytime soon. So it's like, but then like especially I think for me, like I'm not worried about like the size of the page on like a book, right? Because like I can like see how thick the book is, and I can look at like how big the font is and how like approximately how long it's gonna take me. And I'll feel like, okay, it's maybe gonna take me a few days. Then I'll be like, let's focus on the story instead. But then like an ebook, like I'll never know how long it's like actually gonna take me. Like even though they're like page numbers, it's like,
oh, I guess this is gonna be a surprise.
yeah. And then also, I don't know why, but I love to look at the back a little. Like I won't read it, but I'll see like
Yeah.
the tiniest of glimpses, and then I'll be like, okay, I have to know like where that is. But then if I go to the very end of like an ebook, I will not know anything.
Yeah. We're just like keep swiping. Yeah. Like I really admire the people who can read books, like thick books, thick boy books in like a day. Because I can't read.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe if I put my mind to it, I probably could, but then I always get so distracted, and I'm kind of like, oh, I can't finish this.
So I read Throne of Glass in like the earliest parts of quarantine, and I read that in like one weekend.
Go Queen! That's a
I
big.
know, but it was so good. I couldn't put that down. I couldn't sleep either. Like,
Yeah.
I had to know what happened next. I would just straight up not sleep. It was great.
That was
But like,
me with
I
the
can't read thick books. Like, I want to read. This is on my TBR for this month, but I want to read the
Ooh,
The
Priory.
Fallen Orange Tree. It's this thick.
Oh my gosh! And I know there's like an appendix. There's a whole.
I know. It's also 800 pages. It's
800 pages.
yeah. It's 800, and then there's like the appendix and everything.
That's so wild. I want to read that too. Maybe I'll read it 2021. But it's like I hear so many good things about it. This was like a golden age of fantasy this year. Or I don't know if Priory was published this year, but a lot of people talked about it this year. And I know there's a lot of reading vlogs and like book twit.
Priory was last year.
Last year, 2019. All right. Like I don't remember what it's about, but I know that it's complex.
I know it's about dragons just from the cover.
Yes.
And I think I got it really because it was so pretty. Like the blue detail on it, it's like so shiny.
I see. That's so cool. I always appreciate beautiful covers. Like if the cover is kind of wacky, I'm not appealed to the book right away. I always judge the book by the cover. Well, not always, but like it's a good feature. It's a good addition to have if the cover's beautiful. I'm like,
and like the way it feels too, you can kind of hover like feel over, and you can actually feel the bumps to like the words and everything.
Oh, that's the best when it's textured.
I know, even the dragon scales, like you can feel the like texture a little bit.
Oh my god. Like those little details on a physical book, it's gonna pump like a 4-star book to a 5-star. Like if I like the cover.
And like I'm usually a person who likes hardcovers, even though they're hella expensive. But this one, I honestly don't regret it getting in paperback because it's so pretty. And also this is like super heavy already, so it's like hard copy, it's like gonna be even heavier. But it's like so pretty.
The dust jackets of hardcover books. Why do people remove them? They're so beautiful.
Yeah, for me, I only remove it. Oh god.
Oh no! Yeah. That happens to me all the time. Where I'm like.
For me, hold up.
Oh, buffering. I see. No worries.
Hold up. I accidentally opened the news app. Just give me a moment.
It's okay. Staying updated.
I'm back.
Okay.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, whenever I read hardback, I always take off the cover whenever I'm reading, but then I'll put it back. You know, because it looks nicer with the jacket on if it's like on the shelf. Because then you can like see the design and everything, and it's like super nice.
Like I appreciate that. Like I really want to get those Illumicrate, the Poppy War books.
I know, and like the Poppy War especially. That is one I really want, the Illumicrate, because it's so pretty, and like the jacket too, the inside jacket. It's so pretty.
And the official art, like I always appreciate it when books have official art. And it's like I know, like RF Kuang was the only one who did like fan art or a fan artist for her official art. I know like Rick Riordan did that for like the Percy Jackson series and all of his myth series. Who else? Other authors too that they use. I really appreciate that. It's like gotta have that fan interaction. It's always good to see. I'm trying to see that. What
like
happened?
I know for like the Illumicrate Poppy War, that's just gonna be a dream.
Yes, it's the goal.
It's like it's limited as well, I'm pretty sure. So it's like,
Oh my God.
like unless you buy off like eBay, but then like I saw this thread where they were selling right after the Illumicrate editions came out, they were selling for like thousands of dollars, and I'm like,
that's
even
ridiculous.
I know that's not worth it. It's like,
yeah. Those people on like book Instagram with those beautiful color-coded bookshelves, they've got their own nooks, like a whole library. I'm like, fam, how?
like for me, I go by like collection or author, not even author. I just put it on my shelf and group authors together. But then it's like I don't even have enough books to even do like rainbow colored or anything like that. It's
like I don't have the collection to do like a whole array. I don't know how do I do mine? I think from what I'm looking at, it looks like genre, but honestly, I just kind of put them where they are on my bookshelf.
For me, especially because I don't have the shelf space anymore, because I also like to put just the randomest stuff on my shelf as well. So I don't have the book space, but then I'll like, so nowadays I'll just put it like just on my shelf.
Yeah, as long as it's there. I have like
as long as it's really like not on the ground or like on the table, I'm okay.
Yeah. Like my most in-depth bookshelf is just on my iPad, on my e-reader. I have all these books.
Oh, you have one the tiger. Oh, I don't know that.
Shoot. Yeah.
I received the arc from NetGalley.
You should read it. I read Empress of Salt and Fortune. It's like it's so good. I loved it. Non-binary protagonist. I appreciated that so much.
Yeah, like I'm reading. I started When the Tiger Comes Down the Mountain, I think is what it's called. But I still haven't finished it because I was like, I should probably read the Poppy War first.
Yeah. Like it's shorter. It's definitely a lot shorter than the Poppy War. I think it's considered a novella, but I'm not sure on that.
But I'm really excited to read that because I know that, especially with her, I've seen the synopsis for her other books and I'm really interested in reading it. So I'm really excited because obviously I have to write a review for that. So I'm really excited to write that. It's going to be fun.
Your reviews on your book blog, oh, they're great.
Thank you. Yeah, I've really seen that I've gotten a lot better, especially with my reviews. So they've gotten a lot better since, because I wrote reviews in like 2018. So
ooh, you're a veteran at this then. That's good.
Man, not really. I took a whole year. Like I started in 2018, but I took 2019 as like a solid break.
Yeah, just like that's good. Just kind of take the time for yourself.
Yeah. But then I picked it back up, and honestly, I was watching these YouTube videos because for some reason I've just been watching all these like tech videos on all these like YouTube videos about YouTube.
Oh my gosh.
They were like, this was like the best time to start like a YouTube channel or anything. So I was like, yeah. But yeah.
I started doing booktube honestly just because of Read with Cindy. She's like a booktuber I love. She's great. And like I started book blogs. Like I see y'all on like the book social media posting about your reviews, and it just seems like so much fun. And I'm like still starting out, but you know what? We'll get there. I'll keep practicing.
Yeah, and you've just started your blog too, which I just followed last night. It's like it's so it's like messy, but then it's messy in like that satisfying way.
Yes,
You know,
that is
it's like it's so
aesthetic.
nice. It's really pretty.
Thank you. I love your layout too. Oh my gosh, it's like the cursive font. I'm like, ooh.
Wow. I love cursive so much. I will write in cursive in like a neat way and then in like a messy way.
Yeah. Oh my
Like
god.
it's so satisfying. I don't know. It's just like
And all
cursive
my
is
songs.
really nice.
It is. I need to practice it more. My elementary school, when I was like in first, second, third grade, we had like a required penmanship class where we would learn cursive. And I was like, bruh, I wish I had that now. I need it more than ever. My handwriting is getting so bad.
For me, I learned cursive on a blackboard because my third grade teacher had a blackboard. And that was like the funnest time of my life. That blackboard gave me life.
I want a
It was so
blackboard.
fun.
I've never written on a blackboard like with chalk. That's so cool.
It's so much fun. And then
Like
also
conic
at the
skull.
same time, it's so fun because you can like wipe it with the dust.
Yeah.
It gives off the vibe that whiteboards don't have. You know, it's that
Yeah.
satisfaction.
Like
Although
white
the sounds are bad.
nails on chalkboard kind of stereotypical noise. And then the whiteboards always get smudged by the expo markers, those like ink markers, and it's like, ew,
Yeah.
why do you have to do that?
Yeah. Like chalk, just any chalk is fine. But then if you use like a permanent marker or just anything that's not whiteboard suitable, it like ruins the nice pristine whiteness.
Yeah. Where it's like, thanks.
It's like I'm kind of a neat freak and I like having everything clean and like nice. And then whenever I see a whiteboard, it just like you can see the marks. And then sometimes when like teachers leave the writing on the board for like days, you can just see the outlines of like past things. And it's like, ugh.
Yeah, it's all like you see the fingerprints. They're harder to clean. But then like chalkboards, honestly, perfection. The aesthetic.
Yeah. Like honestly, the only problem is that the chalk like gets on your hands. But even that, it's just like you just like clap your hands and then it's like gone. It's like, yep.
The aesthetics, like the chalk dust going around everywhere. Don't inhale it, but it's there. Get it
For
for
me, I've been watching Anne with an E with my mom. Like I watched it. So this is my second time rewatching and it's
Anne with an E is a great adaptation of Anne of Green Gables. I really love it. Oh my gosh.
It seriously broke my heart when they ended because I watched everything already. And it's like, I honestly wish this adaptation stayed for like until they were adults. Because I would have been so fine with that. I would have been like, yep, yes.
I would have followed that from beginning to end. Oh my gosh. It's like there's just so much you can do. And I know like Anne of Green Gables is a whole series.
Yeah.
We could have grown up with these kids.
I know.
It. I don't know.
And like
shady.
I know. And like Amy Beth, the one who plays Anne, she's so satisfying as Anne. She's so good as Anne.
She's a great actress. I'm like, I want like, yeah, it's just like those adaptations. It always is a hit or miss. That's why I'm just so I understand the nervousness about the Poppy War adaptation.
Yeah.
Where it's
like there are also just different adaptations in general. Like Rick Riordan with the Percy Jackson movies were like But then I heard he was also doing a TV show, which I'm really excited about because I grew up on Percy Jackson.
Me
so
too.
I'm really excited about that.
Who is your godly parent?
What?
Who is your godly parent? Like for Percy Jackson?
I used to always believe Athena because I loved Athena so much. But it's really Poseidon.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Honestly, though, Athena and Poseidon were my godly parents.
For me, it was always between Poseidon and Hades. That I always be like, oh, I want skeleton powers. When you're going I think I interrupted you in the middle of a thought. Sorry about that.
No, I was thinking, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Like, see again, the pauses. Like, edit those out of the videos.
It's just like, wait, let me cut here.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, adaptations.
Yeah. They're like different adaptations I know that are coming out. Just also like the Shadow and Bone for Leigh Bardugo, her Netflix adaptation. I'm excited for that, but then I'm also super scared because I love Six of Crows and everything. And then they're also combined. I mean, they're all in the same universe anyways, but then they're combining it, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, the whole Grishaverse thing, right? I gotta read those books. They're very popular.
They're so good. I read Shadow and Bone trilogy first. It chronologically, I think it makes more sense if you read Shadow and Bones first, and then Six of Crows.
Yeah.
But it was a great time. I had a great
time. The Darkling. I always see the memes about the Darkling, and I'm like, who is this man? Why are there simps?
Once, like, I don't know. I just never really. I don't know. You should read it first, and then we'll talk.
Yes, definitely.
But then it's like,
once you're done with the Poppy War, tell me how you feel about the characters, especially Nesmith. He's the one who has the most attention there.
I know. And what's great is that my library has also gotten Burning God, I'm pretty sure. So I can read it chronologically, and I'm so excited about that. It's gonna be like,
yes, oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm excited to read. I still need to finish the Dragon Republic, but we'll get there.
Oh yeah, I'm ready. I'm very excited about that. It's gonna be amazing.
Like all the character-driven stories. Like, I think just mostly it was like 2010s recently that most books started going more on characters and less on like plot, less destiny stuff. I'm like, oh, let's follow Rin as she's stumbling around, trying to study, and then intense.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I'm 30% in, so I'm excited about that. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
You gotta tell me how you think of it.
Yeah,
especially
like I have all the Poppy War like right there. I mean, the series. I'm so excited. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. Oh no! It's okay. Happens to me all the time. I'm always dropping things.
Yeah, my bottle is dying. He's dying. It's my Hydro Flasks too, so it's kind of already dented.
Oh, but Hydro Flasks are good. They're really durable.
They are. Yeah, I have my Stitch sticker.
Oh my gosh, Stitch! I love Lilo and Stitch.
I know.
Disney movies.
I also had I have these stickers where I got it. They're from Typo. They're all very environmentally friendly kind of stickers.
Yeah. Save the whale.
I know. There's one on the back of my laptop right now. Oh wait. Everything is falling.
Oh, it's like a manta ray.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Yes, save the ocean.
It's so cute because I'm majoring in English, but I wanted to major in marine biology before, and I'm all about the ocean.
Yeah.
Save the whales and save the turtles. That's the way to go.
Marine biology is so cool.
It's definitely very cool. I had a class on marine biology, and I mean I liked that class, but my teacher, it was so bad. He was so bad. He was worse.
Oh my gosh. Some subjects, it's like if you get the wrong teacher, it's just
it really ruins it for you. Yeah. Like it's fine, you know. You're not ruining my favorite subject ever.
Like this isn't affecting my experience.
This isn't affecting my love for this class at all. Yeah.
It's like Rin. What's his name again? Master. Was it Urja? Who was the strategy teacher?
Yeah.
Yeah, where she's kind of like, bruh.
I don't know. He seemed nice from at least where I am right now.
Mm-hmm.
It was Master John.
Oh yeah,
him.
the fighting guy. Oh my gosh. And then like
I knew he was bad from the start, like no doubt. Like he just gives off that like I'm just gonna give you hell kind of vibes.
yes, oh my gosh, he gives off that like I'm gonna give you a test, pop quiz, no study guides. There are no curves in my class. Kind of vibe.
I feel like he's the type of teacher that will teach you everything and then give you a test with like everything you didn't learn in school.
Yes. He's the kind of teacher who's kind of like, I don't know, big final project. You get what you get, no extra credit, no extended deadlines.
Yeah. I feel like he's also the type of teacher who's like tests, quizzes, 5%, and then it's like that final project or essay or test, and then it's like 80% of your grade.
Ew. Oh my god. It's like if you hate children, why are you a teacher?
And it honestly reminds me of the teacher in Anne with an E, Mr. Phillips. He's so bad. He annoys me so much.
He's the one who almost married one of Anne's friends, right? His student.
I was like, no, thank you.
No, please.
Like, and his mustache.
It is not. It's like, consider a shave, sir. Please. I think it would be best for all of us.
Yeah. I mean, there were shaving mechanics back in the days. He
like,
could have
voice. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
I just noticed that we drank water at like the exact same time. Yes, stay hydrated.
Hydrated is the key to life.
Exactly. Wait, what time is it over where you're at?
Oh, it's 5:30.
In the morning?
Yeah.
In the morning? I admire your spirit. Wait, what's
yeah.
3:32 p.m. where I'm at. Time zones.
I mean, I'm fine. I've done worse before. Not even for a live show, for entertainment, but for like school, which is worse. So at least waking up early for this is fun, and I'm actually enjoying myself. Then I'm like,
I'm glad. Yeah.
It's fine, you know?
That isn't like doing.
I have.
It's like, what else is there for the Poppy War? I'm trying to think about everything that happened part 1.
Oh, you know what? I want to talk about Alton.
Yeah. Oh yes, him. The fans on book.
I think he's like I don't know if there's romance in this or not, but I like to think there's romance in this.
There's definitely ships. Like
100%. I mean, I've seen Twitter, so there's definitely that.
It's like I think RF Kuang said at some point, I think I did an interview that she didn't want to include like actual romance, but she's got chemistry there, and boy, the chemistry.
Yeah. Like I don't know. Alton gives me some great vibes.
He's a fan favorite for sure.
Yeah.
There's also
yeah. I don't know. I like the characters that are like silent and broody, but then it's not to be like the best characters ever.
And all those morally great. The tall boys. I don't know, for some reason I always love tall characters, like when they're described in the book, like this character was tall, he had dark eyes, his hair was ruffled, and I'm like, oh, I love him.
I know. And for me, I love tall just people. I like tall guys just because I'm 5'2".
Me too.
It's like
Yeah, it's like if I could look up to you physically and figuratively, you're a great person.
I respect tall characters so
Mhm.
much. They're the best.
Yeah.
Like for me, in some ways, I'm not okay. I like being 5'2" is like annoying, but then at the same time, being short is great. It's like a win-win and then lose-lose situation. It's a win-lose situation. It's like
It is. It's a give or take. Like I can't reach tall things, and people are always putting their arms on my head because a lot of my friends are just much taller than me. But then at the same time, I don't know. It's a short life. It's a small life.
yeah. It's the fact that they'll like lean on like my head sometimes, and it's like
Oh my god! Like my fear. It's like sometimes this hasn't happened to me, but this has happened to people that I know, where they just get picked up suddenly by a much taller person and just kind of just picked up. That is my fear. What if I get picked up? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do about that? I don't
yeah.
know about you, but like
I don't have defense skills much. So
I'm not like Rin. I can't learn how to fight. It's like Rin gives off really short vibes, like a short queen vibes.
she does. She does. She's small but feisty. You know what? Oh, I can't show you, but there's this photo. So I was looking on Reddit, and there's a picture of a dog that was small. Oh, now's the time I wish I had the photo.
Rin in a
It
nutshell.
makes it worse that I'm explaining it.
Same though, whenever I have to explain something, like, I don't know, a scene in a book that someone else didn't read, or like, I don't know, a photo that I saw, or a meme, it's even worse when I have to explain a meme that I saw. And I'm like, it was funny. You gotta take my word on that.
I know. I'm the type of person who has to send you like an image of the text or of the page just because I know if I explain it, I'll ruin it for the both of us.
Same.
You know,
Where it's like,
it's
you need
like,
that context first.
yeah. You know what? I'm gonna find it. Let's get that loading screen.
Oh God, yes. I'm looking forward to it. Seeing the picture of the dogs.
Dogs. We love dogs. You know what? I'll suffer some bad quality image.
I'm excited for it nonetheless.
I even added it to my favorites because that's how important he is. Here it is. Oh, you know what? This is the problem of charging iPhones.
Oh my god! Is that a corgi?
But look at the caption.
In Mexico, we say we should get. Oh my gosh! I love that so much too. Other commenter. I love corgis. Oh, he's so tiny. Or she. I don't know the identity.
I
of this.
know. And look at the expression of this dog.
Oh my god!
Look at him.
It's
So
like
precious.
if Rin was a dog. The Poppymore characters, if they were all just dogs.
I know. Even the person who posted it was like small but deadly.
Yes, and then like I would call them eyebrows, but they're like little eyebrows. That's so cute. Oh my gosh.
It's like frowning. Like
Like the scrunched up. Oh my gosh. Yes, I needed that in my life. Thank you. That was beautiful.
hello. Hello.
Oh
Hello.
no.
Hello? Oh wait, I see why.
Oh, no.
Oh, I see why.
Yay! Like a camera. That was a beautiful.
Yeah, but I feel like Rin is like 5'2" or something, and then like everybody else, like she's the shortest one there, but then she like will beat everybody up because she's just that good, and she's like so smart. She can like beat you up mentally and physically.
It's like the team kid who's just like super like hyper intelligent. Also does kickboxing maybe. Rin is really fun. The protagonist, just like following her, and like when you get into later parts of the book, it's
I'm excited.
wild.
And I love that she like can stay up super late. Like I could never do that. Just her determination in order to do all of this is like she's got like she's so good at that.
Like I think I remember it was around the time when she was studying for that big test, and she was like dripping like candle wax on her arm to stay awake. I was like, Queen, oh no! Like
I can't even like stand in front of a stove without being afraid to like go near the heat. And then she can just burn wax on her just to wake up. And I'm like,
really? I was like, it's like still, I know some kids who like go through like intense stuff just to study. Maybe not as intense as Rin did, but like the dedication is just off the charts.
Truly off charts. Off charts that I want to do it, but then I know I would never do it.
It's like reading that beginning part of the Poppy War is like, man, I should be studying. I'm letting Rin down.
I know. It's like I could like be on her level and study so well, but then I choose to like be on Netflix until like 3 a.m. and then not do work until Sunday.
Same. Yep. It's like Netflix has been producing hits though. I think there's like another adaptation of a book that I read before, like Tiny Pretty Things, that has a Netflix adaptation. It's about like ballerinas, something like that. The drama, Dark Academia Ballerinas. That's a good one. It's like it's pretty interesting to think. Like has its problems, but you know what? We accept it for what it is.
Yeah. Like it's adaptations where I know there are definitely some that are so good, but then some that are so bad. And I'm so afraid that if like Shadow and Bones and then like the Poppy War come out, like I want it to be good so that I can enjoy both. But then at the same time, like it's one or the other for some of these books. And like sometimes even the movies will ruin books for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
like connected. It's tainted now.
Yeah. Like, do I really want to risk watching the movies and then ruining like the book for me?
Mm-hmm. It's like I don't know. It's really rare that like an adaptation is better than the book. But that's probably because I usually read the book first before I watch like the movie or see like the TV show. It's like, yeah.
Like for me, for at least Harry Potter, I watched the movies. And then I wanted to read the books, but I never ended up reading the books or at least finishing the books. So then I was like, you know what, I'll stick to the movies. That's one that I would watch the movies. But then Lord of the Rings, I read and watched both Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, and they were both great.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That was my childhood, Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, because my dad was like a big fan of those, of like the Tolkien books. So then like we would read them to his kids, me and my siblings, and it was just, oh my god, nostalgia.
Like I read The Hobbit in 5th grade.
It's a great book. It's a great children's book. It's fun. It's like the Silmarillion. That's like a big, thick book like Tolkien wrote. That's just basically like a history of Middle Earth. I want to read it, but its thickness. It's just very intimidating thickness.
Yeah. I'm the type of person who loves to read history on my own, but hates history classes.
History classes, doing all the analysis, document analysis. Like
I can't do that. Like I'll watch like Crash Course History and I'll love it. But then once I step into that class, I'm like,
forget it. No.
I'm out.
John and Hank Green, they're legends. I want to read Hank Green's book. Like,
oh yeah.
His books, maybe they're just not for me.
I read Fault in Our Stars, and then I read The Abundance of Catherine's, and then I stopped reading John Green books.
Yeah, those are the two that I think The first John Green book I read was probably The Fault in Our Stars because of the movie.
Yeah.
And then I also read Abundance of Catherines, and I was like, okay. Like his stuff, I don't know. I tried reading his newer one, Turtles All the Way Down. I think that's the title. Just wasn't for me. Did not hit.
I was like, maybe I'll read it, but then I don't know. I'm at that age where I'm like, I feel like it wouldn't suit me that much. You know?
All those books about high school.
Yeah, for me, I love to collect Percy Jackson books, but I have not read The Trials of Apollo yet.
I've only read one, I think. Yeah, it's like, because, I don't know, maybe it's just, I love it. I love Percy Jackson and Heroes of Olympus, but I haven't finished the Magnus Bane books, and I haven't read all of the Trials of Apollo books yet. Because, like, I don't know if they're suited for me anymore. I'm not the target audience anymore.
Yeah. Like, I have, like, Magnus Chase, and then I have the Trials of Apollo, and then I have, like, everything Percy Jackson. But then I just haven't. I've only read the main series and then House of Olympus and everything. But then I read the first 2 Magnus Chase books and then the first Trials of Apollo. And then I stopped. But then I want to... I accidentally touched Siri. But my thoughts. I still want to buy all of the books. Like, I want to collect it. But then I probably wouldn't do anything else with it. It's just a memory. It's worth it.
Yeah, it's like sometimes I really want to read a book, but then I also wonder, like, if I read it, am I going to get anything out of this? Like, will I have fun at least?
Yeah.
Like, this year I've been reading mostly good books, though. I think I had like one 1-star book this year, which kind of surprises me. It's like
this year, I usually never DNF books, but this year I have DNF 7 books.
Oh my gosh! Which book?
Oh, wait. What? Yeah, 7 books. I was right. There's one book called Transcription. This was my first audiobook. The very first one I listened to, and I hated it. It sounded terrible.
Oh no!
And then I was like, but then I continued reading, and my favorite audiobook is Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens, and I love that one. It was so good. I even bought the hardcover of that book.
Oh, so you know it's a good book.
Yeah. It's so good. And then I just have, there's one where I received an ARC for it, and the author told me, like, if you want to read it, I would love it. I would love you to read it. So I read it, and it was terrible. It had familial relations.
Oh no! Oh
no! And what makes it worse is that I was like, okay, maybe they'll stop this relation. But they never did. They proceeded to relation this. And then I was like, no. That's it, I'm out. And what's worse is that the reviews are, like, positive. So, in my opinion, I feel like there are readers that read the, like, first few, like, areas, chapters, and then never really continued. I was like, I'm out. It's got 3.76 on Goodreads.
That's a pretty good score.
It's decent. It's decent.
It's not bad. Oof, I'm wincing.
I was like, it's giving me pain.
So did I DNF books? I probably just didn't record it in Goodreads if I did this year. Like, if I don't like a book, I try to finish it, but I usually just go through it super slowly, and it's just I extend my suffering. Where it's like, I
know,
but maybe try to finish. So yeah, oh my gosh, ARC. What's called in ARCs? I always pronounce them ARCs, but is it pronounced ARCs?
My dad pronounces ARC. I mean, I think you can pronounce it whatever. They mean the same thing anyway. you know.
Yeah, like
So I say arc just because, like arc.
arc. Yeah, it's easier to say too. Arc.
Yeah,
It's like I want to start like applying for those on NetGalley.
I know. It's much fun.
Mhm.
And like I've discovered some really good books on NetGalley that are really great.
Like the upcoming releases and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's a dream. Getting free books from publishers.
Like,
Like review.
but like for me at the same time, I hate to like give arcs less than 3 stars because it hurts me a little, but then like I also have to stay true to like my actual self. So like I would do it, but then it like
Yeah.
means me, It's just like
Yeah.
but, like,
I always feel bad to give books less than 3 stars, but sometimes it just there are flaws. Maybe there was
yeah,
no proper style. Mhm.
like you just gotta do what you gotta do, and like yeah. And then for me, like through the Asians bookish creators, I think
Yes.
which I'm part of, which is really great. I'm also part of like this book tour thing, and sometimes I hate giving like less than 3 stars because they invited me to read the books and then like review it and then
Yeah.
be on their tour and then like
But then it wasn't good.
like I want it to be so good, but then I'm like
Mhm.
like I don't know. It's like I hate to lie about books because books are like you enjoy books, Like
Mhm.
so I want people to enjoy it, and then like if I lie, then I'll feel bad because it's like
Yeah. It's like people put the work in through this. This went through an editor. You had to write a query letter for this whole book, and then it's like I'm out here roasting it. It's like that's like that always scares me. Because like for like whenever I write, I'm always so scared. Like, what if it just wasn't good? What if I just did not? This wasn't it. I made something and it just didn't hit. That's my fear. You just keep making things, I guess. Though that's why you improve. You learn from it.
like for me, like I could like write an ebook, but then like just the aspects of like publishing it like freaks me out because like you have to go through the thoughts where like what if people don't like buy it, or anything. It's like you see all these small authors become really big, like Chloe Gong. She's literally only in university, right? And like it's already blowing up so much. So it's like
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm so proud of her. The Gen Z writers. I know there's a lot of them like coming out.
it's so cool though. I love how she's still in university and she's already written. It's like
I admire that.
I aspire to be on her level.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Like I just started like writing like query letters, and I'm just so scared to send them out to agents. I'm like, you know what? I'll hold back. Maybe there are places I could like revise this manuscript. But it's fun. I'm glad that there are like writers like other Asian writers like RF Kuang, like Chloe Gong out there. Like I know Roshani Choksi, she's another good writer. Like I want to read. She wrote the Wolves and the Silvered Serpents. That came out this year, I think, too. I really want to read.
It came out recently. Like I was gonna get that, but then it wasn't within my budget, and I was like,
It's like I hear it's a good heist story. I appreciate a good heist story.
If you appreciate a good heist, I'm telling you, Six of Crows is so good.
Yes, like that one's found family. I know people always say that like what's his name, Kaz and Inez. They're always the characters that I hear about, and it's like, ooh, I see the emotions on your face. Oh my god, it's got to be a good book then. Maybe that's read Six of Crows.
It's a great series. Like I bought it and then I don't know, I bought these books and then I only just started to like pick them up this year. Obviously because time is like so good apparently. So like I picked it up, but then I'm like I read it and then I'm like, why didn't I read this sooner? It's one of those situations where like I should have read this when I bought it. And then I didn't.
It's like the characters too. I love seeing the characters, like the love for the characters on social media. I always appreciate that fan art.
Like you just gotta appreciate the fact that people can hate each other, but then books, the characters, and they just bring you together, and it's like
the unifying factor.
I know,
it's right there.
It's so good.
Mm-hmm. Same thing for like the Poppy War, but the Poppy War always has like the deeper stuff later on that you'll see soon. That's what always gets people kind of like, which is it's good. You gotta discuss it. But there's always like
I'm honestly very tempted to just read the series out for like the rest, like for January and then February, just like have like like we're doing December for Poppy War and then January for like the Dragon Republic, and then like February for like the Burning God, and then I'm like,
yeah,
but then I'm like, I should also give other books a chance. You know, it's like,
true. What are you thinking of for like next month's read?
I don't really know.
There's a lot of good books out there.
There are. Like, I was thinking maybe I'll do These Violent Delights, you know? But then they're still coming out with, like, ebooks. People are still buying it. It's like, fresh off the press. So it's like, I also should give people time to buy it or, like, read it. Or, like, you know? So it's like,
what are other good... My TBR is bursting, as always. I wonder what other good Asian honored books are out there.
Like, there was the Star Daughter.
I heard about that.
I really want to read. Also because the cover, I think, was based on fan art, which is so cool. It's so pretty, too. I saw it, and I was like, wait, this is from, like, fan art or something? Or at least... it was commissioned by an artist. And I was like, oh, it's so pretty. And it's like,
and In the Dawn. That's another one. I think Elizabeth Lim is the writer. I'm not sure, but that one has a really beautiful cover.
Wait, what is it called?
Spin the Dawn.
That's very interesting.
It's like, I think it was pitched as like Mulan meets Project Runway or like America's Top Model, one of those. And I was like, okay.
Oh my goodness.
We love a premise.
That sounds really good. I would read that. What the heck?
We're like, okay, I see it.
That sounds really good.
Yeah, that's another one. I'm gonna look at my TBR. My want to read has 100.
Oh yeah. No, you have 100. I have 1,000. Okay. So.
Oh my goodness! How are you gonna get through all of those?
I'm not. I aspire to read all of these, but then I'm not at the same time. But what I'm trying to do is slowly like check off books because I also am trying to add my physical books onto my want to reads list. So like you know, I'm just like. Oh, also Scavenge the Stars by Tara Sim, I think is also. Very interesting.
Seriously typing. Ooh, I see a knife. This is what the cover looks like for the viewers.
Good. Yeah.
Ooh,
I don't know. These covers, they're so good.
Yeah, I'm like going. Honestly, it's the covers that make the books. Y'all better have a good.
It's the covers.
Scrolling through this. Okay. Ooh, the Henna Wars. That's one that nice.
I've heard really good things about that.
Like I hear it's sapphic. That's all I know about it. It includes henna as I guess an interesting an important plot point. Would love Boat Taipei too.
There's also I read it recently. It was called Girl Serpent Thorn.
Ooh.
By Melissa Basher-Dust.
Mm-hmm. I heard about that one too.
Yeah, I gave it 4 stars. I think it was pretty good. It's gonna be difficult.
It's good. I'll check it out. All the books that I need to read.
I'm telling you, I used to have like 50 books on my wanna reads like last year, and now it's increased.
It's like exponentially increased.
Really, truly, it did. And I'm like, ooh, it's a problem.
This one by Janella Angeles.
Oh, yes, I've heard about that. I'm excited. There's so many good books just coming out.
There are 2 good books. I should like.
How has risen this year? You know, just everything popping off, and it's like,
yes.
Like I only just discovered Poppy War like this year, and like all of these really talented artists. I mean, yeah, writers though. Like just like, yeah.
We'd love to see it. Like all the diverse books that I'm finding because of like social media and the internet.
So good. Everything is rising these days. It's like, love to see it.
Yeah, I'm like looking at everything that people are reading, and I'm like, yes.
Oh, and you know what? Twitter, and people reading like the Twitter, like how you can update what you read on Goodreads on Twitter. It's like I look at those and I'm like, that looks so good.
Yeah.
It's just like,
or people like reading books on Twitter. It's like, ooh, I wonder what this one was about.
It's also interesting when you read like the low, like the 2-star and the 1 stars, and then you're like, I wonder what that's about.
Okay, interesting.
Oh yeah, I saw a tweet when I woke up for this live show. Oh, here, nope, and not here, wrong. It was a 2-star on Burning God.
I think I saw the same tweet.
Yeah.
Yes, one of the oomps, one of the moots.
I still don't get that. I'm not a person with that like understands any of these. It's
like the acronyms. I think like moots is short for mutuals, which is like you both follow each other, and like OOMF, like oomph, is like one of my followers. It took me so long to figure out what that meant. I was like, oomph, oomph.
like I'll still get so confused. I'm like,
what do you mean by that? It's like, yeah, the internet vernacular, the lingo. Gotta get hip with the kids. I should add like the web comics that I read and like the graphic novels to my Goodreads reading goal. Because I know that's valid too. Graphic novels count as books.
Yeah, that's true. They do. That's accurate.
So add that to your reading goal. How big was your reading goal for Goodreads?
Okay, every year I do 30 books.
Mm-hmm.
Like even last year, I only read 29. And I was finishing my 30th book, but then I never made it and finished it like January 1st.
Oh, man.
It still makes me so angry that I did that.
You were almost there.
I know, I was so close. But this year, 30 books. And then quarantine hit. And then I read 30 books. And I was like, no. So I went up to 50. And then I was like, no. So I went up to 100. And I was like, okay, we'll stop there for now. But now I'm at where I'm at. Where am I at? I'm pretty high. I am very shocked. I'm at 254.
254. Bro. I'm still at like 45. Because like my goal was to read 52 books, like a book a week. we're getting there. We'll get there eventually. And I'm like, that's so good. That's awesome. Yeah, that's goals. I want to do that. I'll
It's
try.
so much- it's just one of those things where I'm like, I was not expecting it. But then at the same time, quarantine made me expect it. So
Everybody cutting bangs, reading books, baking bread. So it's good. Social distancing is important.
It's like, oh, time really got to me. I would read and then I would read. Like even like sometimes like I was finishing my junior year through online classes and I would have a book out during class. which is not good, but I still did it anyways.
No, even now, like, because classes are still online for me in the United States. But like, I would always have just like, I don't know, I'd read my book while the lecture's happening, and like, I'll just watch this later. The book is more important right now.
Yep. And like especially back then, I just started my YouTube channel too. So it's like I would mainly read for my YouTube, like just to reach that goal. So that's also one of the reasons why I got to like 254, like mainly because I was like,
yeah,
I would do like TBR monthly TBRs, and I was like, I have to hit it. I mean, usually I didn't, but
it's a goal. Work for it. I never make TBRs. I just kind of read whatever like I grab first, whatever shows up in the library first. It's like
I know.
I think it's kind of like have something.
For me, I want to make TBRs, but at the same time, I also want to read. Like, I've also been watching, or I was watching a lot of videos where like people stopped making TBRs.
Oh
like,
yeah.
It also does put a lot of pressure on you if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
if you don't read them all by the end of the month, it's like,
yeah,
dang it.
Like so far, I like to add physical books to my TBR. Like usually, especially during school, I'd add at least 5. And then like read 3 at the end of the month because I have my monthly end of the month reading vlogs. So I'd at least read 3 books, which is fine. But this month, because of winter break, I added 9. At the same time, I'm sure I can get to it. But then at the same time, after I recorded it and uploaded it, I was like,
it's like, we'll see how it goes. You can do it. I believe in you. You read so many books this year already. 254.
I know. Like, I wanted to make it even. I like even numbers. I kind of hate odd numbers. So I'm like, I really want to end 2020 on an even number because it will be so satisfying. You know, because like 2020 is even.
Nice and rounded out.
It's nice. Like I'm born on an even birthday. It's like
it all comes full circle. It all comes together.
So it's like my I don't know, it just feels important to me. It shouldn't, but then
I believe it's a good goal to go for. So keep going for it. I hope I finish 52 books.
But honestly, my one goal right now is just to get a letter or an email from my university.
Oh my gosh. Me too. The college application. I still like what it is.
Like I want that soon so I can start like freaking out and constantly opening up my email. I check my email every morning, every evening, and then whenever I get a notification.
I'm always on my email. Yeah. My email is like 30% of my cell phone usage.
Yeah. Like before, I used to just like not have the mail app on my phone and just use it like on my laptop, because I'd only really get school emails and then a bunch of spam emails.
Yeah.
But then college applications, and I was like, yep, just.
Oh my gosh, it's so stressful. It's exciting, but like horrible at the same time.
Yeah, it's the waiting period, you know. It's like you finish the apps, you're relaxed, but then the minute you like realize like you have to wait, it's the waiting it's the worst.
Yeah. And like those emails were like, we received your application. And I'm like, okay, yeah.
Whenever I get an email from like even just another school, I'm like, oh my gosh. But then I realize it's not from the school that I want it to be.
Yeah. It's like, all right. Rin waiting for the reply from Synagard be like, us.
Yep. Yeah, that's yep. And like what's even worse is that whenever I just get like a generic email from the university that I applied to, it's like, what if? And then I'm like,
the recruitment emails where it's just like a stock footage of some students and then I don't know, attend our webinar. Okay, thank you. For that.
yeah, my depression is what. Oh, like I just like.
Yeah, it's a waiting game.
I know. It's like,
Yeah.
and then yeah, it's like.
I feel that. Yeah, just like, I guess, I don't know, I'm intimidated by college, but at the same time, I'm looking forward to it. Like, it's going to be really different from school. It's going to be different from online school.
Yeah. Like, a lot of people and, like, my brothers were saying maybe take, like, just a year off because, like, online schools aren't doing good, especially because I have two brothers. My second brother's online school right now for university, and it like sucks for him. Like I do feel bad for like in freshmen. Like they had to like start university, or like some freshmen at least start universities on online class, and it's like it's difficult. Like from like my one singular semester on online, I kind of suffered a little bit. You know,
it like, it was really difficult to adjust.
Yeah. Like in some ways, I did good, but then it's not like good enough. You know, because most of it like it's like
some things could have been a little better.
Yeah, like my motivation kind of went downhill because everything was laid out in front of me during online school. So I was like,
yeah, online lectures, Zoom, keep the camera off on Zoom.
Oh, no, I couldn't even do that. I had to keep audio on. No, not audio. I just had to keep my camera on. And I was like,
was it required?
Yeah, it was required to have your camera on for me, which wasn't great. But then, like, what's great is that I had my laptop. I have like a shelf on my desk, so I would keep my laptop on the top. And then, like, for me, because I started like reading a lot during quarantine, I'd have like my iPad or my book below that, and I'd just be reading, like, not at all focusing.
Stealth it. It's just kind of like multitasking, you know?
Yeah,
mastery.
Not much regret on my part. I don't regret that much. It was a good time.
Yeah, reading all the good books.
I know. Like, it's like, especially like last year, because I just not find the time to read. I'd be like, I'll try to read, which is why my goal was 30, and I sometimes wouldn't even reach that. Like, I got close last year, but then in past years, I couldn't even reach, like, I didn't really use Goodreads until, like, last year.
Same, so, I had to start using Goodreads until, like, probably earlier this year.
Yeah. Like, I would use Goodreads because I like to read, so I would at least try and look for inspiration. But then, I don't know, 2018, my account got hacked, so I had to create a new one. And then I stopped using Goodreads. because I felt like couldn't find the time to read, and then I was like couldn't find the time to really update Goodreads. But then this year struck, and then Goodreads like is on my like top used app. It's just like I'm constantly like on it, like just getting notifications, just like
Doom scrolling on Goodreads, like, ooh, I see you're reading these books. That's what I'm doing now.
And it's really cool because like looking at the like feed also shows some like really cool books, like people that might have like common reads, and then they're reading this one, and I'm like, okay, I'll add that. Like I've added so many just looking through it.
Like tap the on to read button every single time.
Yeah, that button I think just needs to have a daily restriction for me.
Me too. Literally, that's like what I'm doing right now. I'm just going like like looking at all of these different books, and they all look really good. I have to stop. I need to restrict myself.
I know. And like what's worse is covers have gotten so much prettier these days.
Yes. All the lists of like prettiest covers of the year, they're like 50 books long because they're all like so beautiful. Oh my gosh.
Like look at this book, it's floating. But look at this one. Like the flowers on it.
I've seen this. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. I would love to have a physical copy of that one.
I love books with flowers on it, which also is that nearly fell. Which is also one reason why I love this so much, because I love roses. Look at that. Oh my
god. Yes, with the dragon and then the dagger. Oh. Gorgeous.
Oh, I didn't even notice the dragon. Oh my god. Honestly, I didn't even notice the sword too. I just noticed the flowers.
They're very beautiful.
They are beautiful. But I really like people say don't judge a book by its cover, which is true. But then like also like you really get books from the covers too.
You get the vibe.
Yeah.
Effort.
But covers, oh man, they've grown.
They have. I'm like looking, I'm mesmerized. Ooh, The Ghost Bride. That's another book by an Asian author. I read that one back in October, I think. I read that one a little while ago. It's so good. The Ghost Bride.
Oh.
The Sword of Kaigen. That's another one that I heard of. I was supposed to buddy read it.
Oh, hold up. I have found. Oh, hold up.
Yes, Empress of Salt and Fortune. Oh my gosh, and the cover is gorgeous too.
It is. Look at the rabbit, and I don't even know what that one is.
I'm not sure either. I think there's a bird in the book. I'm not sure what that other one, the claws is.
I don't know what this one is.
It's still gorgeous.
It's simple, and that's I think what makes it really good.
It pops.
Yeah. There are like a lot of different authors I'm really excited to read.
Me too.
Talent is off the charts this year.
It is.
I mean, mainly because everybody's got the time, but like it's really skyrocketing. It's like
okay. Right. Quarantine is both giving me so much time and no time.
Quarantine has made me realize I need to take a chill pill with all of these. You know, it's like I'm adding, and then I'm like, I'm adding. That's it. You know,
it's like there's much to do.
I know. And what's worse is I'm also getting more books, which I'm trying not to because I know I'll be off to university soon. So I'm trying to restrict myself. But just stepping into a bookstore and you just can't help but
it's just the market. You get pulled in by the bookstore.
Like I can't help it if it's there.
You're trying to sell it, aren't you? I mean,
and then my mom is like,
it's like we gotta restrict this habit. Oh my gosh! Literally, I'm like, like scrolling through it. This is doom scrolling. I'm like, man,
There's also Instagram. Ever since I started creating my Instagram, my bookstagram, I swear just the feed is too pretty.
Some people can make like fire Instagram photos, like for their books, like the framing. There's like leaves falling, and it's just ooh.
You know, I started saving up. So my mom likes to buy flowers, and she bought these like she had roses because it was her anniversary recently. So she had these like flowers, and you know the like dried flowers. This is basically what it reminded me of. It's all tangled together, but then it's so pretty. So like I want to use it, so I've been trying to save it up. But they're so pretty.
Mm-hmm. It's like put that out there. For my photos, I just kind of like get what's in my room and just drop it on.
My photos, honestly, I feel like they're so simple. Like they're just the covers, and I'm trying to do like the best, but there's like
they're effective. And then like you have like the captions. Captions, I never know what to write in captions for Instagram.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know what to write for captions. Those are the things I'm like, I kind of don't want to write anything, but then I feel like I better put in the effort.
Yeah. Like I try to say something interesting in the captions, but honestly, I'm just flying off the seat of my pants. That's okay.
Look at this one.
Oh my god. How? That's beautiful.
Right.
I've heard of that.
I like it.
I'm like
I haven't been going on Instagram much, but then it's like whenever I do, it's like I'm just looking at the prettiest things. It's like, oh no. Like look at this. Look at this color scheme.
Gosh. And then the books in the background. And that is a lot. That's so oh my gosh. I aspire. Those people need awards.
Have just straight talent.
Mm-hmm.
This one. So simple.
That color too. And has what you had. That's really nice.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't really notice.
I'm gonna go too. I'm gonna look at it on Instagram. It's like I've seen all these beautiful photos. Ooh, the bullet journal photos.
Oh, you know what? Those are also a problem. Bullet journal photos. Yeah.
I'm obsessed.
I think it's like for me, it's the YouTube videos that push me to like do it, but then I like stop doing it. But then I'm like, and then I'm like, nah.
It's always good to have goals. Oh, this one's really pretty. This is from the author's Instagram. From
where is it? That red.
Festive.
That looks so nice. You know what? I need to add that book to my Goodreads. Oh no, I'm adding another book.
I'm like, oh my god! Speaking of emails, all of the emails I have now. Woo! Oh my gosh, we've almost been speaking for 2 hours.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad. I have so much fun. This is really fun.
I know this was fun.
Time is it? 4:23. Okay. Like looking at all of the different social media stuff. What can I say? It's art. It's great.
Oh, I also love bookshelf photos. I don't know. Here's one.
Oh, it's so cute. And then the little Christmas stuff. I like the owl in the corner as well.
Yeah, like I also want to like I want to talk about book subscriptions. I really want to be part of Book of the Month so bad.
Ooh.
It's like
yeah.
Like that's something I really want to do when I go to college. Mm-hmm. Once I like settle in and everything, I want to start just like all of these subscriptions and like imagine getting an Illumicrate.
Yes,
That is such a dream.
It's like fairy loot for like fantasy books.
Oh,
Sponsor us, please.
I follow all of these subscriptions boxes on like Instagram and like Twitter, and then like I'm just like, oh my god, those look so pretty, and then like I get jealous, and I'm like, my dreams are destroyed, and I'm like,
it's like crushed, but they're so nice. It's like, and they always include like little extra stuff, like maybe a bookmark or some art prints, and it's like, oh, I want that.
Like I think for the Poppy War Illumicrate editions, they added like an enamel pin, and, like bookmarks, and they were so pretty.
I love pins, even if I don't wear them often.
I tried to put pins on my bag, and then they would fall, and then I'm like, I can't risk it.
It's like I don't want to lose it.
Yep, I'm like, nope. Just, if I lose this, it be too much for me.
It's gonna be tragic.
So tragic.
Yeah, what's happening?
The Poppy War. Oh my gosh, it's going great.
Mm-hmm. I hope you enjoy the rest of it. You tell me how you think of it. You gotta tell me how you think of it. Once you're finished. Once you're in the middle too. Chapter 21. That's the one that everybody goes crazy about because it's very
I hate when people put chapters because then I'm like, I'm desperate to just like,
oh no. Like look forward to it.
It's like, but then that like makes it more interesting. It's like, oh,
you know what? Inch towards it.
And what's great is like, especially with the Poppy War, like the fan art, it also like makes me want to desperately read it because like RF Kuang like retweets some of the fan art, and it's like, oh, they're so pretty.
Yeah, I really appreciate like the author interaction.
Like people just have some talent, and I'm like, oh my goodness, the talent on these people are insane.
We'd love to see it.
Hold up, I have just reached this thing. I saw this tweet on RF Kuang's Twitter. I'm frozen. Oh, here it is.
Oh yeah. I think it's either the Dragon Republic or the beginning of the Burning God. I'm not sure where this is from, but that's the art style is very cute.
It's this face.
The water with despair.
It's him. That's the one. I love that so much.
Same. I'm like going through it. Through all the.
Oh wait, are these the one editions you were talking about? Hold up. Oh no, I lost it. Oh no, I lost.
Oh no!
My scrolling effort gone. No. Oh wait. Oh yeah, gone.
Oh man, what do they look like?
I'm looking for it. I found it. Oh wait. Oh yeah. These ones.
Yeah, those are the Indonesia covers.
They look so good.
They're beautiful. I love them. I want to get an Indonesia copy. I can't read Bahasa, but I would love to get a copy.
Talent. Oh my god, Illumicrate. Oh, I gotta stop. They're all so pretty.
It's like this is a call to action.
Yeah, here's how big they are.
That's pretty thick. That's significant. The Dragon Republic is thicker than I thought it was. Like,
yeah, actually, the Burning God is thicker than I think Dragon Republic. Poppy War is obviously the thinnest. Oh shoot! Oh my gosh!
Like looking over. The doom scrolling. Like this is what the stream has become. Just go girl.
Just scrolling, just constant scrolling. I really just want to read like the history behind Poppy War. Honestly, reading it would be so interesting because it's like you have to do all this in-depth research. You have to add it into like the story and the history line. It's like that takes
that blog post about like the background that Read by Tiffany made. I'll send it to you. Like,
yes,
look at it at your discretion because it's like she really did like think really in depth RF Kuang about what she's gonna put into the story, like in terms of history, and it's like respects the queen. Like looking at all of it.
oh my gosh. Twitter is like a death trap, to be honest.
I could be on Twitter, on TikTok for like hours.
I downloaded TikTok, but then I like stopped using it.
It'll adapt to your tastes. The more you use it, I think the more it pulls you in. So it's good that you stopped.
Yeah.
Start, just cut it off. It's like no chance for them to like take you in.
I know, but then I'll like get sucked back in. Like there's like on and off periods, you know. It's like I'll like start using it and then I'll like stop. It's just like
it's like fluctuating. Oh my gosh. I'm stuck on Twitter again. I'm looking around on it. Okay. I'm gonna have dinner soon. So how long do you do the streams and stuff?
What?
How long are usually your streams? I'm gonna have dinner soon.
Oh, not that long.
I have so much fun.
My longest. I've never had a 2-hour run.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
It's very impressive.
This was so fun. Oh my gosh.
It was fun. Thank you for coming. Thank you everybody for coming.
Thank you for inviting me, and thank you for watching the people who are on stream. I'm going to eat food.
I mean, it went off track, but then I don't think a stream has ever gone on track like consistently.
Yeah, my videos,
streams I watch, it's just on and off.
Yeah, it's like
this was so much fun. I'm gonna finish reading Poppy War.
Yeah, tell me how you think. This was so fun. Really enjoyed talking to you.
Thank you so much, everybody, for coming. Bye, everybody.